Now is not the time to be getting good at things. Now is not the time to be busy making adjustments, right? Now's the time to be doing. What's up, guys? My name is Steve Holbrook, and today we're going to be talking about working from home. 8 crucial elements to maximizing results. But hey, look, just before I get into it, as always, I need to remind you that I'm going to be dropping some crazy good content on this channel over the next coming days, weeks, and months. So please make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, and hey, look, if you see value, like it, comment, share, send in some love. All right, working from home, 8 crucial elements to maximizing results. You know, I know a lot of people that work from home, but they don't have these 8 elements. And I know a lot of people that have these 8 elements, but aren't used to working at home. And right now, you know, in the environment that we're in, there's a lot more people that are working from home because they're forced to and because their business allows them to. So let's get into it. The number one element you need is a tight routine. Look, it's always important to have a tight routine. It's always important. But now more than ever, when you're working from home, more structure is required in order for you to have a positive day, especially in the morning. You need to get up on time. You need to move your body and get outside and go for your workout. You got to set your day up properly. Just because you're working from home doesn't mean you shouldn't get up and shower and even put on work clothes. You know, you don't have to put on a 3-piece suit, but you need to feel like you're in business. You know, an old mentor of mine told me, he said, never make phone calls in your sweatpants. Well, never do work from home in attire that you wouldn't normally do work in. It just puts you in a different frame of mind. Also, get mentally prepared, right? If you're gonna run a tight routine, you wanna make sure you're mentally prepared running into that day. And in order to do that, again, you gotta spend some time on it. My second element, set business hours of operation. You have to set business hours of operation. When are you gonna be doing your business? Because if you're at home, everything outside of your business is family time. As soon as I walk out of my office, it's family time. I got 3 kids, they're hanging off of me. I got a 120-pound dog, right? Everybody wants a piece of me as soon as I leave my office. So when am I gonna be in my office? When am I gonna be running my business? Right? And enroll your family in it. My family knows when my important meetings are. I let them know. I say, hey, this meeting that I have is with a client, so I need you guys to please be really quiet. This one, it's just a team meeting, right? Or this one, I'm just meeting with a friend over coffee. And I let them know the different kinds of meetings that I have, right? So my wife I enroll my family and they can help understand when they need to be quiet, right? And when they can be loud. Another thing I do is I leave my phone in the office. Right? Because when you're at home, your phone basically is a huge part of your business. So instead of carrying my phone out into the kitchen and in other areas of my house, I leave my phone in my office. So if I want to check my phone, even for personal use, I have to walk into my office and I check my text messages. Because if I allow myself to carry my phone outside my office, I find myself working in every area of the house, right? And it's easy to get caught in that trap. Number 3, have a picture of your team on the wall. What do I mean by that? Listen, if you're on a team or you have a team, I suggest drawing that team out on the wall. Not like family photos of them. I mean using a tool. I like to use MindVectorWeb. If you go to mindvectorweb.com, you can draw a free picture of your team like a bubble chart, right? So on my wall over here, I have a picture of my team, all my active players, everybody in the game. So why is it important to do that? Because it's always important to be communicating with your team. When I'm at the office, right, I underestimate that little 20-second conversation with the guy in the mailroom, or the lady that chats me up in the kitchen and I answer a couple questions, or the relationship I'm building in the hallway with a couple of my teammates. And over time, the longer you work from home and the less you're out seeing your team and exposed to your team and other people in the office, right, the more you start to forget about the 80%ers, the more you start to forget about the people that really weren't doing much yet. So instead of inspiring them and building them up to do more, you just kind of forget about them. So I highly suggest putting some kind of an organizational chart picture of your team on the wall, and that'll help remind you that every 48 hours, all your key players have to be spoken to. Number 4, the 4th element, double up on communication. Overcompensate for lack of face-to-face, okay? I just talked about having the picture of your team on the wall. I want you to be a compulsive communicator. The more you're sheltered off, And the longer you're sheltered off for, the more you need to be a compulsive communicator. Listen, now is not the time to be getting good at things. Now is not the time to be busy making adjustments, right? Now's the time to be doing. You need to be a compulsive communicator. You don't need to be thinking about it. You don't need to be reading books on how to communicate better. You need to be communicating better. End of story. Where do I start? Double up on it. Check in on people twice as much, right? People are always making excuses why they're not getting in touch with you. People are always making excuses why they aren't communicating back with me. They say things like, oh, I got nothing going on, right? Or I just feel like you're so busy. That's all a bunch of excuses. When you're working from home, when you're isolated off from the rest of the team, you need to be a compulsive communicator. Every second that you're willing to give towards your business, you either need to be doing your business or communicating in and or around your business with somebody in the business, about the business. Communication is so important, so important. That's why I gave it a category of its own. My fifth element, clear list of action items. It's about focusing on what the next domino is, okay? It's about taking all the thinking out of it. If you just go from your bedroom to your office during your workday, and you don't have a clearly written action plan to keep you organized, you're gonna be lost throughout the day. So what I did is I've created these greatness trackers for my team, right? Every 6 months we update it, and it's got a calendar function. I do my calendar on a electronic calendar, but I keep all my to-dos, all my lists, all the things in all my mindset, all in this ledger. So what I do on Monday here, I have all these little to-do items that I wrote down the night before. So when I wake up and I come on my desk, I just have to check things off. You shouldn't be thinking about what you should be doing the day that you should be doing it. You should be thinking about it the day before. Clear list, 5 phone calls, 5 follow-ups, right? Book 4 appointments, clear list. And you don't go on to the next task until you complete the previous one, right? There's a reason I do certain tasks in the morning. There's a reason I do tasks in the afternoon. There's a reason I get certain things done before 9 a.m. That might be for an entirely new YouTube video. But there's a method to the madness. I'm very strategic, right? So you want to make sure that you itemize all the things you have to get done, right? So that when you walk out those doors, you can be the family man immediately. You're not thinking about what you didn't do, right? Because that you got to think about that too. When it's time to be a dad, you got to be a dad. When it's time to be a mom, you got to be a mom. You can't be a business thinking about mom, dad, thinking about you got to be very, very clear of the hat you're wearing, and having a clear action item list will help you do it. Number 6, you ready? Leverage technology. Hey, to all the people out there that said social media was a fad and that, oh, in your business, you don't need to be on social media, and oh, I don't believe in social media, like it was some kind of religion. Hey, wake up, right? If you don't have the ability to do some form of your business on Zoom or online or reach out to people, or you haven't figured out a way to incorporate social media into your business, you gotta wake up. You need to find a way to leverage social media, leverage technology, leverage the internet. You know, about 2 years ago, right, I was talking about, listen, if you don't have a presence on social media within 3 years, I don't think you'll be in business anymore. And now look at, with the crisis that we're in, all the businesses that aren't online, all the businesses that haven't been using social media, they're dead in the water. So it's super important that you understand. You got to get on social media. You got to learn how to leverage technology. Whatever that industry is for you, you got to figure it out. But technology is something that you can leverage to reach more people. Think about that. You can train your people quicker. Maybe it's an internal thing. Maybe you can reach more customers. Maybe you're running webinars to reach more customers. Maybe you're starting a YouTube channel because you want to talk about how to do something and you got a message that you want to take to market. There's something about you. There's something about your business. There's some blessing that God has given you that needs to be told, that needs to be said, that needs to be explained, that needs to be manifested into something more than what you're currently doing with it. And I believe your platform is somewhere through technology. Number 7, double up on hydration, especially if you're in a communication business like me. My throat gets sore, so I drink lemon water. I drink about 5 or 6 of these a day, and it makes sure my throat stays intact. But when you're at home, we're not moving around as much, right? we're sitting down a lot more, especially if we're working from home and we're sitting down in our office. But staying hydrated is basically going to help your cells to work properly. It's basically going to make sure that all your systems are working properly. It's going to help with a healthy heart rate, blood pressure, and overall health. So staying hydrated, especially working from home, it's an easy thing to do. Don't be grabbing a pop, right, from the fridge. Don't go and grab a Monster energy drink from the garage. And I sure as heck hope you're not drinking, beers and coolers and wine. I mean, although if it works for you, you do what you need to do. Maybe that's the business that you're in. But if you're in my business, I can't be doing that stuff at, 11 o'clock in the morning. So you got to make sure you're hydrating, you're treating your body like you're an athlete, because you got to think that if you're working from home and this is a temporary thing, you're going to get out of this and you want to make sure you're in the best shape that you can. And my last point, my last element to maximizing working from home is this: embrace it. You got to enjoy the journey. It is what it is. Listen, if you're working from home right now because you're forced to and it's temporary, enjoy the change. Enjoy the change. You've been looking for change and now you got it, and it's only going to be temporary. So enjoy it while it lasts. But if it's permanent, what a great opportunity to design your life and build a lifestyle around your work, especially if you're an entrepreneur. Then you really get to control your time. You really get to max it out like I do in my business. My business, I can work 100% from home, but we also have an office location. And if that's you, you're one of the blessed ones. So enjoy it and do something special with it. So guys, that's what works for me. Those are the 8 elements that I feel are super important, but I want to hear from you. So comment below. Share with me some of your ideas. I get a lot out of your ideas. So again, if you enjoy this at all, guys, please like it, please comment, please share it, send some love, and we'll see you next time.